Hello and welcome to FUTube. First up tonight, it's Brett who got a letter from ANZ telling him that his old superannuation account was being closed and moved into
your new super home. The best news of all is you don't need to do a thing.
Welcome to ANZ Smart Choice Super, a new state-of-the-art super home.
Right, I don't actually get why superannuation is a house. Anyway, ANZ's new super home boasts that it has
Insurance cover to give you peace of mind.
But Brett didn't get much peace of mind about ANZ's life insurance when he read this.
Given we do not know whether you are a smoker, your insurance fees will be calculated based on smoker rates.
That makes about as much sense as this ad. ANZ presumes that you're a smoker and charges you more unless you fill out an online non-smoker declaration by the 30th of September, which sounds like you do have to do a thing. Not only that, these days just 13% of Australian adults actually smoke, and yet ANZ seems to think that assuming everyone's a smoker unless they fill out a form is okay. But we don't. Even though the consumer law unfair contract provisions don't apply to insurance, insurers still have a duty to act with utmost good faith to their customers. We asked ANZ, where's the good faith in that approach? And they replied, by avoiding the question. I presume they're out having a smoke. If, like Brett, you're being moved into ANZ's Smart Choice Super, it's probably best to fill out that non-smoker declaration by the 30th of September. Money Smart recommends that all of us check the insurance on our super to see if it's good value for money, because you can opt out. So Brett, if you're not happy with ANZ's Super Home, you can just move out. Now, ANZ's Super Home could do with some improvement, but I'd be wary about getting home improvement gear from Masters based on the many complaints we've had about them since Woolworths decided to close the stores. Like Jenny's husband. He went into Masters
with the receipt and the drill bits, only to find out that they actually weren't going to take them back.
That's because Woolies has changed the Masters return policy. Now they don't accept returns where you have simply changed your mind. So if you go to Masters and choose the wrong product yourself, you're screwed. But Jenny's husband was told that Masters
I had a non-return policy on anything that was anything but faulty.
And that's not right. Goods have to be fit for purpose, and that includes a disclosed purpose. So if you tell staff what you're after and they suggest a product that's not right for the job, you're entitled to a refund or exchange even if the product's not faulty. Just because a store's closing down doesn't change the consumer law, which means that what happened to Prudence...
They said I had to contact the manufacturer for a refund replacement.
...shouldn't have. Staff should be trained about the consumer law, but you can't assume that you'll be told the right thing. When Michael went to return a faulty product...
The store clerk told me that due to the current financial situation of the company, they wouldn't accept any returns without an original receipt.
Which is wrong. All you need's a proof of purchase. But
after quoting the ACL, he called his manager over, who looked at the bank statement and finally gave me a full refund.
Matt wasn't so lucky. He tried to return his Ego lithium battery, which boasts that it
withstands the occasional sprinkler system.
Not much ego there. But when Matt took his faulty Ego back to Masters, they told him where to go.
Our only option was to contact the manufacturer.
And not just there. Matt mentioned the consumer law and then they really told him where to go.
We had a staff member yell at us, telling us that we needed to go and read consumer law just because we were offering to show it to them and none of them would look at it.
Which would be quite confronting for anyone. Except me.
Yeah, why don't you go and read the consumer law?
Oh, can I please? Let's go, come on, let's do it, yeah. And Matt, I'll tell you where to go too. Woolworths. They've said that they will
honour all customer gift cards, product warranties, returns, lay-bys and contracted home improvement projects.
And there'll be a process for returns when the Masters stores close too. Just ring this hotline number for more info. But if you're not treated right by Masters, take it up with their Masters. And finally tonight, it's John, who booked a $90 Jetstar flight using lastminute.com.au. Now, John was a pretty conscientious user of Last Minute.
Let's just remove me here. Here is all the fine print. You scroll through it here. I read all of that.
Obviously, the booking wasn't that last minute then, but when John pressed complete booking, the price
Had grown by $8.50.
because of an airline card fee that only showed up after the payment was processed. Now that's last minute. Anyway, this isn't actually an FU from John, because last minute eventually gave him a refund and an apology.
It's a happy ending if you don't mind spending a couple of hours on the phone and sending emails to get $8.50.
Last minute put all this down to a site glitch. But the good news for everyone is that those annoying credit card surcharges are now in their last minutes too. They've got a big FU from the Reserve Bank, although they call it a mandatory Reserve Bank standard relating to merchant pricing for credit card transactions. Anyway, it means that from September 2016 for big businesses and 2017 for everyone else, surcharges can't be more than the average processing cost that the business actually pays for credit card transactions, and that's a modest percentage. Qantas and Jetstar have already changed. John, can you help us with this?
Let's just remove me here.
For domestic flights, Qantas now charges 1.3% instead of a flat $7.
I guess a happy ending.
Which, by the way, shows that on that flight, Qantas was charging a markup of over 300%. But charging by percentage means that on some flights, like an international flight over about $2,300, card fees actually go up.
Well, I was a little bit miffed by that.
So it may be worth looking for a non-surcharged payment method. And no matter what the transaction, there should be one of those. Now, the new rules don't prevent those vague booking or service fees, which are just as annoying. Overall, costs should go down, just so long as businesses don't bump up other arbitrary fees to restore their profits. And what are the chances of that? That's very cynical, John. That's the last FUTube for 2016. There'll be checkout factory seconds for the next 2 weeks, and we'll be back next year. But you can still email us anytime at tipoff@thecheckout.tv. Good night.